Hello, hello, good morning. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, well, it's a good job this isn't face-to-face really, because I haven't even cleaned my teeth. Just got back from my dog walk. And I thought I'd show you my class, what you'll get. Right, the first thing you'll get is a lesson plan, personalised to you or the class. Different every week. I wouldn't be here now if I had to do the same thing every week. I'd have been bored and gone years ago. So a different lesson plan every week. And then I can't stop going shopping. So I've got all these toys. And apart from this, which you have to bring because you can't carry them all. So this is a brilliant bit of kit. I'm glad I'm in silhouette as well. A bit snotty. Got the tissues in the class. Always got bottles of water for you. And then look at all these toys. Now then, what do? These are balance pods. And there's loads of things you can do on them, but basically balance. Very, very important. Use it or lose it. So we've got the balance pods. Then what else have we got? Let's start with the lightweight. These are squadgy balls. And these are used for all sorts of exercises where you don't want any weight. So they could just make you work a bit harder, because instead of just using my legs now, I'm squeezing the ball and I'm also using my arms. But then, this little bad boy is 2 kilograms. So instead of just having no weight, we could be doing exercises here with 2 kilograms. And some people have been coming to my class for so long, 2 kilograms doesn't cut it. So we also have 3 kilograms. And I'm not kidding, holding this like this strengthens all your hands, all your arms. And that's just one. We have a whole class using these. What else have we got? We've got good old blocks. What do the blocks do? Blocks are great for helping you, especially those of you with tight hamstrings, because if we're doing something involving sitting on the floor with your legs out, it's much easier to sit on a block like this to give your hamstrings some relief. But we do a whole class with blocks. Okay, what else have we got? These are for the people with wrist problems. Now, some people can't do exercises where you have to put your hands on the floor like this because it hurts too much. So we use these, and having the wrist completely different way allows people to do some exercises that they couldn't before. Sorry, I'm really snotty, aren't I? These blocks can also help because you can hang your fingers over the blocks, which does help. Right, so what else have we got? Pilates rings. Okay, there's a whole bunch of exercises you can do with a Pilates ring. Now, if you look, did anybody else get a cold over Christmas? I could be squeezing this, really, I'm hardly changing the shape of it, but what that means is I'm using all of these muscles, so I could do other exercises, but I can do some turning. When I do this, I'm getting a really good stretch here. Nothing hurts, we never hurt ourselves in Pilates. And another good one is using these for shoulder bridge. So you can put this here, between here, there's so many exercises. And then when you're doing your shoulder bridge, you're now also working your inner thighs. So there's that. But again, whole class of those. What else have we got? Bands, whole selection. I've got a whole selection of bands, and these, I love these for working the upper back and shoulders to stop that slouch. So it's exercises like this, a lot, and like this. Oh, there's a really good one. Oh my God, it takes some setting up. Like this. Yeah, you don't need to see my head and shoulders. So you get down low, so now you're working all of your legs. Oh, and you bring the band up, and you take it across and up to the corner of the room and back. It's always under control, Pilates. So a whole bunch, do a whole class, we do 10 classes of that. And then we've got the loops. And loops are great because you don't have to faff around with them, but you could very easily turn this into a loop. So I haven't had these very long. And again, what can you do with these? Oh my God, you can do all sorts. You can do anything involving opening and closing, working your outer thighs. And you never, here's the thing, look, you never go out and then pin back, because that's like half the exercise. So you go out under control and back in under control, and you're doing double the amount of work. We like that. Stacks of exercise, you can do that. Anyway, what else have I got? Got this balance board. I've had this a long time, and I take this to my paddleboard classes. That's why it's so muddy on top. And it's brilliant. So you have to balance, and you can do different things, like you can do your squats, you can do all sorts, okay? So I love this. And then this Christmas, my lovely hubby bought me this, which looks a bit like a surfboard, okay? And it's got this big heavy rubber dome, and it's got these magnetic things on here, which you can take on and off. And I've spent an awful lot of Christmas standing like this, watching telly, doing squats and things like that. And then, I won't bore you, but you can take those off, put these on, and then put it on top of the roller, and then you're balancing like this. Oh my God, if you think you've got good balance, try that. And then the one that I haven't tried yet is putting this ball on. So instead of that great big dome, putting the ball on and doing all the exercises on top of there. Haven't tried that yet, I'm not going to. Anyway, so this is what you get when you come to one of my classes. Every class is different. We even have tissues. So, yeah, sorry. We've all had it, haven't we? Thank God it's not the flu. Okay, so if anybody wants to ask me any questions, ask me questions. If you want to interested in a class, come to a class. I do block bookings for the week, for the month, and you get a cheaper deal if you buy the block than if you come to a single class. I think everybody does that now. And we've just got everybody. We've got people with glass backs who've been sent to me from osteopaths. I've got friends. I've got some people that have been coming to me as long as I've been qualified. And we just have a rip-roaring time. Nobody gets hurt. My men's class, I've got a couple of spaces on my men's class. Don't have to have any, I mean, you just want to have to come and turn up, have a go. And what it does, most of the men say, they're really mean, they say, oh God, I hate it. But I keep coming because I know it does me good. And we all go away feeling taller, stronger, and more mobile. And as we get into old age, we need to keep more mobile, because otherwise you're not going to be able to reach the top cupboard. We all shrink a little bit, but you know what? If you don't practice any moves that involve stretching this shoulder out, then by the time you get to your 70s and 80s, you're not going to be able to get as high. And that's why my mum could never reach the top cupboards, and she used to say, I used to be able to reach them. Anyway, that's why she can't. So that's what it's all about. It's keeping mobile so that you're old, active and well. We don't want to be old and knackered. Well, I don't. So I've got your questions. I can't actually, I'm too far away to see the comments, so I'm actually going to end now. And I'll see you soon. Bye.